If you remember, it wasn't too long ago we was taking harvests from this container that we've been growing. We filled this up with various bits of salad so that we can harvest leaves when we want them. And we've already had a couple of harvests from this container. But a week or so later, the leaves that we left that was quite small have now put on a decent size. So we've got another harvest to take, which is brilliant at this time of year. And of course, once we take another harvest, the leaves are going to regrow again. And because it's almost spring and the temperatures are going to start to go up and the light levels as well, it just means that what's left in this container is going to grow even quicker. We might as well take a few leaves while we're here today and then look at some of the things that we need to move on. So as you can see, when we move in a little bit closer to this container, we've got some really nice spinach leaves again, and the perfect leaves. Really good nutritious salad leaves. And we can take quite a few and nice size ones as well today and pop them into a tub to take indoors. But when you do this, always make sure that you pick the largest leaves. And then you can allow the smaller ones to grow on again. And we have got some good size ones here today. Like that. And we'll just keep cutting it back. And as a bonus today, we've now got some beetroot leaves as well, which are brilliant in salads because you're adding a little bit of colour to it as well. So we'll have some of those today, and that's extra to what we had last time. So once again, cutting the largest of those leaves away. We always do the cut and come method when we're growing salads. It's more productive and you don't have to wait as long to actually get something. So working through this container, harvesting these leaves until we decide that the rest are fine to stay as they are. And at the same time, you're giving this container a bit of breathing space. We'll take a couple of smaller ones as well. And when you harvest these beetroot leaves, they will grow back again. And I always try and keep my eye out for any leaves that are near the bottom of the container, because as soon as they start sitting on that compost, they're going to start to yellow and then they're no good. So any low leaves, make sure you take those straight away, like these ones here. They're quite small, but they're sat on the compost. We don't want that. And you know you've got more to come, so it's not a worry. And considering we only harvested this container a couple of weeks ago, we have got quite a little bit to take again today. And I think for today, that'll be enough. And we'll just leave the rest to grow on. And we've got some nice spring onion shoots coming as well now. Plus that row of carrots we put in. So this container is basically one where you can harvest your salad leaves while you're waiting for your spring onions to reach a suitable size to harvest. And then last, you've got the carrots at the front, which will be the last things to harvest from this container. But once these plants become exhausted from taking salad leaves from them, we'll just take them out and we'll pop another row of salads right through the centre and then start that process all over again. But for today, that's done. And all the time that we're harvesting that container, we're growing fresh plants, which is what we'll use to replace those when they're finished. And we'll have a bit of those, a bit more beetroot, and maybe a bit of lettuce. And we can change that as we want. But we've got a little bit of an harvest there of fresh, homegrown spinach. But we can also add a little bit more flavour to that if we want to make a nice tasty salad. And that's why we do these. spring onions, and we're just growing through these tops. And if you look, you can see that we've been harvesting these tops already. I think we've harvested these twice, and then they'll just keep growing back, so you've got more. And if you're not bothered about growing them for bulbs, this is a really quick way to get that extra little bit of flavour in your salad by doing what we do, grabbing a bunch of them like that and then just cutting those fresh green onion stems away, and then you can add that to your salad. So very early in season, we're taking these little mini harvests, and that's about 3 that we've took so far from those 2 containers. And of course, we're not growing lots of things at the moment, but what we are getting, we really appreciate. And of course, things like your carrot tops are also edible. So you could snip away a few of these if you wanted. Your carrots will still grow on perfectly fine, as long as you don't butcher the entire plant. So you could just snip away a couple of these and then add them to your salad too, to get a bigger variety. And it's something we'll be doing all through the year with lots and lots of different things. But of course, the main thing is that while ever you're doing this, make sure you've got more seed sown in more containers to replace those plants, because they won't last forever. You'll get 3 to 4 cuttings from a cut and come again salad planter before those plants become exhausted. But as long as you've got something to replace it, when it comes to that point, within a week or so, you'll be taking harvests all over again. Meanwhile, letting other plants reach full maturity to get even bigger harvests. So I'm going to take my mini harvest indoors and maybe put together a nice little salad bowl. And if you're interested in meals like that, then click on the link in the description to our cooking channel. We've got lots of videos on there that show you exactly what we do with all the produce that we harvest all the way through the year. All the things that we freeze and blanch. We also pickle things like cucumbers and beetroot. And this year we'll be doing pickled onions, as well as lots and lots of other things. Because when we harvest all the tomatoes through the season, we blend those and then we freeze them into flat packs of pure tomato sauce, so we can make soups, sauces and curries once we reach autumn. But for the moment, we're not interested in autumn, we're more interested in spring and summer, and hopefully we'll all have the best harvest ever. And if you're interested in seeing what other things we do over the next few weeks, please hit that subscribe button and press that notifications bell, and we look forward to seeing you then. Take care, enjoy your weekend.